The Invincible is an experience. And I say that knowing just how vague that may sound to you. 11-bit Studios, the publisher of Invincible, are known for a handful of wildly successful games. This War of Mine, which I have played for a little bit, they also developed Frostpunk, which was very well accepted and is also going to make a comeback in 24. Although this is not the kind of a video, I felt the need to make you understand what makes the Invincible truly something special. While being developed by Starward Industries, the genre and setting is far from what you would expect from a publisher like 11-bit. Starward has never made a video game before. They don't even have a wiki page. Their first title may just be my favorite video game of this year, assuming they can make this year's window. Alright, that's been enough. You probably want to know what's going on. The Invincible is an adventure game, an adaptation of a polished novel of the same name. You are at the helm of an astrobiologist, Yasna, who, along with her crew, have been scattered around in an explored Regis 3, a strange, Mars-like planet obviously shrouded in mystery.
Actually, there's nothing here that I haven't seen before.
The way this game plays is exactly what I would have done if I was making a story-driven game. You have no HUD, your movement is reacting to other things, like your helmet that moves every time you move your head. There are simple and effective prompts for various actions like taking items, reporting.
Oof. I don't know if the Androbot should already be doing something.
Is it still frozen?
Manipulating and looking. It's hard to really dive into the game's mechanics, as the only thing available today is the game's demo. It also doesn't seem that this game is meant to be perceived as a choice-driven game. Although I assume the way you do things will matter, I don't expect a variety of endings or anything like that. The environment of this game is incredible. Graphically, the game isn't realistically looking, but isn't cartoonish either. It has a similar style as games like Outer Worlds. The environment and backdrops are, again, incredible. Even for someone who doesn't have the biggest craving for space, walking around with a complete lack of direction gives you immersion unachievable otherwise. The Metro franchise understood this as well. Your mission in this demo is to find your crew members. You have a radar that will alert you once you get into their proximity, and you can pull it out to get a guidance to their position. As for everything else, you simply need to look at your surroundings to interact with anything. Now, I've talked for quite a while at this point, but the highest compliment I can give is to leave you alone and enjoy this game as it is.
It's not a mission log, but it will do. Dr. Krauter kept records. Meticulous as always.
What's in there?
Dr. Gorski has moved away from the research sector to the west.
Ah, that's right. You followed those deposits of metal.
Metal? That's why we have detectors.
Correct.
Mine died, but Krauter had one as well, didn't he?
Like everyone in the crew, Doctor.
The most important thing is probably the landing coordinates. AZ2316.
Noting 316. Excellent. I'm uploading the data. Starting calibration. Are you looking for the detector?
Yeah, just a sec. Oh, got it.
Please make sure it works.
checked. I'm leaving the tent.
All right, now for the robot.
It's unresponsive.
Yes, I know. I'm currently trying to establish a connection.
Can I help somehow?
You must look for the others, Doctor. I'll take care of this myself. Get the tin head back on its feet remotely. And secure Krauter. I have everything I need. Just...
Is something wrong with the connection, sir?
It's not working. Not sure why. There's a relay transmitter in the camp, so the signal should be strong enough.
A relay? Ah,
Yasna, what are you up to?
one sec. I'm looking for it.
What about the rest of the crew? You're gonna make them wait?
If the androbot isn't working properly, I can't just leave Krauter like this. He might hurt himself.
Fine. Proceed as you deem fit.
Fascinating.
Did you find anything, Doctor?
Nice specimen. Oh, it's still alive.
Ah, the fish Dr. Gorski caught. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Something. I've got bad news. Our signal is far too weak to restart the androbot.
Relay malfunction?
Not exactly. It's completely fried. I don't think a sandstorm could cause such damage.
That's irrelevant now, Doctor. There must be a spare somewhere in the camp. Please search for it.
I have the extra relay.
Excellent. The signal should be back as soon as it's turned on. Very good. I'm connected. What happened here? This is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Is it gonna work?
We'll see. I rebooted the systems. That should help. Good, good. It's receiving instructions.
Oof. I don't know if the androbot should already be doing something.
Is it still frozen?
Yes, unfortunately.
The positronic brain has correct readings. Receptors.
It worked! He moved!
Finally. Artie should be walking now. Does he? His positional data hasn't changed.
Well, you can see that he really wants to go, but still can't. Please check his X.
Could be the servo motor. Ah, that's it. Got you, you tin bastard. Thank you, Doctor. I won't hold you any longer. Go get the rest while I finish here. And that's an order.
Yes, sir.
Finally, it works. Krauter, 5 meters. Careful.
I'm entering the research area. Clear for now.
Tracker?
Silent. By the way, what did they find here?
Oh, right. You don't remember. A piece of metal sticking out of the ground. Sounds inconspicuous, but in this desert environment, it's a phenomenon. The artifact turned out to be too big to dig up. or to subject to chemical and spectrometric analysis. Dr. Gorski set out to investigate its source, to find some end.
And? Did he?
That I don't know, unfortunately.
It's here. I can see the structure. I'm in the right place.
Understood. Please continue.
Got someone. I'm following the signal. That noise. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Is anyone there?
What's going on? Doctor?
Checking. It's a drill. So damn loud. Phew. It's finally stopped.
Yasna, are you there?
I am. Unfortunately alone. Working equipment gave me hope, but someone just abandoned it. Didn't even turn it off.
That is indeed unfortunate. We need to expand our search radius.
It's a journal. Geological cross-section. Measurements. These are Marit's notes. She must be somewhere close.
Please search the entire area thoroughly.
The signal's coming from a cast-off backpack.
That's concerning.
I'm close, but I can't see her. She's here. I found her. Marit.
Chemical and spectrometric analysis. Dr. Gorski set out to investigate its source, to find some end.
And? Did he?
That I don't know, unfortunately.
I found the area marked by Dr. Krauter. There's no one around.
What do you think? Can we land the hopper safely here?
I think so. Solid ground, a large flat area. We won't find a better place.
Entry point? Will it be 50 meters? Air accessibility is paramount.
Yes, it's relatively clean. Damn! I seem to have gone too far. I can see the field markings that Dr. Gorski left behind, and I haven't found anyone yet.
They all may have left the area. But before you move on, make sure to check the whole perimeter.
As long as I'm here, let's see if I can spot someone in the distance.
Right. Anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no. I'm going back. Finally! Got a signal.
Who is it?
We'll know soon. I think it's Koval.
And that is where the video should have ended, if they didn't update the demo just a few days after I was done editing it. The second demo was much larger and with more of a spoiler content, so if you're sensitive to that kind of a thing, I suggest you don't watch this part. I won't just show you the raw gameplay this time, just give you my notes. The first thing I want to mention is the stuttering. This is something pretty common for Unreal Engine based games, and mostly comes down to the development optimization. I would hate for the final game to be like this, but I can't rule it out. This demo is basically a playable version of the gameplay trailer we have seen about a year ago. There's the sequence with the plasma drilling bot, as well as some heavier story spoilers I won't be showing you. I want to mention that I got myself stuck on this part because there is nowhere said you have to be holding the mouse button in order to use the object. That's a mechanic I've never used before in this, and because it's a demo, there is no tutorial. Once I was familiar with it, I had no problems though. Before moving on, I want to mention how eerie and overall well done the first person storytelling in this game is. The way it plays with you is actually very similar to Firewatch, which is a game you should absolutely get up and play right now if you haven't yet. In this demo, there is an instance where you are going through these logs that are really slides of comic book style pictures that are supposed to interpret the photos this drilling bot took in the past. You can scroll through them, learning that the onboard AI started reprogramming itself to be hostile towards the crew. And at the end you find a final slide that has a picture of you just moments ago. This gave me a serious pause, and although nothing happened in this moment, it didn't take the feeling of being watched away.
The machine that massacred the Alliance is still operational, and it could target you at any moment.
Let's hope not.
Skipping ahead about 10 or 20 minutes, there is a point where you can take something that appears to be a detour, even though it's actually the only way forward. When I learned that, obviously I've tried to get back to the point of interest, to find out that you actually can't go back that way anymore. So essentially I have missed some content because of this.
I still don't think we know the whole picture. Maybe if I look inside the transporter, I can find out more.
Skipping a little further towards the end of this demo, I think it's good time to mention the dialogue choices you get with the other person on the radio, Novik. There is a good amount of times you actually get to choose what you say, but it's really hard, for obvious reasons, to say if these dialogue choices have any impact on the story. So here's basically what I mean by that.
All good. I hope. Will this really help our people, Astrogator?
It will, I'm sure. So, what? Off we go? Yasna, what are you wondering about?
What if we're making a mistake? Maybe I shouldn't take the flies off Regis. Maybe it's better to leave them alone. Here, where they belong.
What are you?
I just worry that we might spread this threat. And the tragedy of one planet becomes a tragedy of entire galaxies. Not to mention all humanity.
Forgive me, Doctor, but that sounds a bit overdramatic. We can handle some mechanical flies. Humanity survived worse.
Huh. Well, maybe you're right, sir. I tend to assume the worst-case scenario. But not without reason, may I add. Anyway, before I go on my merry way, I'd like to see them up close.
Very well. Just hurry up.
Wow. I must admit, they look amazing.
Yasna, what have you done?
I'm watching them, nothing more. Don't worry, sir.
What? Some goddamn black hole has opened in the stratosphere. And you say not to worry. Just look outside, Doctor. See for yourself.
If you were wondering, sir, how large a group of these flies could be. And I can tell you...
Yes, I know! I can see it from fucking orbit!